What's going on, everybody? All right, so I'm probably gonna get some butthurt comments for this video, but it's gonna be worth it. This is the hard truths that I found out, my own experience, being the contractor dealing with customers and being a customer dealing with contractors, subcontractors in my part. I mean, I hired for straight up contractors too for other things as well. But yeah, let's get into it, and you know, keyboard ninjas, go ahead and leave your comments. Kind of cold in the garage, but let's get to it. All right, now I'm gonna be, as a contractor, speaking basically to contractors here, and the main one, the focus of this is what kind of people to avoid. If you're a contractor, who I avoid. In general, this is a generalization. There's always exceptions to every generalization. I avoid foreign people and engineers and lawyers. Depending on, you know, the price, you know, the structure and stuff. Have I done work for all of those? Yes, absolutely. They've all hired me, but my ideal customer is not them. That's just straight up. I do have an ideal customer. It's on my Patreon page. I go through all that kind of stuff. Most of all this stuff is basically pulled from my Patreon page on those videos as well. So we're going to kind of condense it in here. But I avoid those groups because, for one, foreign, just because the communication, usually they, you know, English is their second language or third language. And, you know, I pride myself on communication. And when that's like one hand tied behind your back and you're still trying to communicate a big job, it's not ideal for sure. And it's not efficient either. So my time can be better spent on somebody else who does have good grasp on English, and that's what we speak around here. So, and obviously engineers and lawyers, hit and miss, you know, pain in the butt, you know, the PITA factor, the pain in the butt factor. Just depending on how, you know, nitpicky they are, and vice versa. There's ones that I've walked away, you know, not done work for just because I didn't want to. There's ones I've done work for. I mean, they were fantastic, you know, as long as you have a clear scope of work and what's to be expected. But in general, I avoid them. And you guys let me know what you guys think. Anybody else that you guys avoid as well. Of course, low income places. I don't advertise that way because, you know, lower income, less income means less, you know, basically money to spend on whatever they have for me to build. So I go where the money's at, and it's not low income areas. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. It's pretty self-explanatory. Do not negotiate anything, contractors. Do not negotiate anything. I see this a lot. Customers want to negotiate. There's no negotiation. The price is a price. I don't negotiate. It's not conducive to anything. It's not efficient for anything. Here's the price, yes or no. Obviously, negotiate the scope of work because they may want to add more things, which is always a nice thing. Not always, but mostly. And if they want to take some stuff off, the scope of work, you can negotiate the scope of work, but the pricing is not negotiable because the price is the price. I don't know what to tell you guys. So, money buys happiness. Now, I know people are going to say money doesn't buy money absolutely buys happiness. And if you say it doesn't, it's because you don't have enough money. And in business, it's even 10 times fold. Money is everything. It's life in your business. You have to have money coming in. Now, it's not, I mean, you have to have gross profit coming in. You got to have revenue coming in so you can, you know, distribute those funds to where they need to be, and obviously to keep some for yourself for profit. But money absolutely buys happiness. I know there's people out there who say, oh, it's not everything. In business, it's absolutely true. Money should be the most important thing, on the most important focus point on your business. And you got to keep some for taxes. You got to do everything. Everything in business. And in my opinion, in life, it's almost the most important thing in life besides life itself. So make money. You can get money, get revenue. That's absolutely what you need to be doing. All right. Next one is, if it doesn't exist, I don't care what it is, it doesn't exist on the job site unless it's in writing. So if a customer comes to you, says, I want this, this, and this, you can take a timeout and then make sure you document it, change order, email, something like that. Don't do any additional work unless you have a change order signed, paid in full ahead of time, straight up. That should be a law, basically. You build your customer's project with their money, not your money. You do not fund, I'm not a credit union, I'm not a bank. I do not fund and finance my customers' projects. I use their money to build their projects. So that's why we do deposits and installment payments ahead of time, so we can just use their money to build their products and their projects. And this is always communicated ahead of time. Again, communication is key. Absolutely 100%, it's key. So do not do free work. Do not do it. don't do free work. If you're going to do free work, you might as well just not do any work. And also in my contract and your contract, you should have it. And again, if you don't have a contract, you can email me. I sell mine. I'll link in the description. But in your contract, there's no free work. And if there is work going to be done at a discounted rate, usually there's not going to be any warranty associated with that if your state allows it or your country, whatever you're watching this from. But there is no warranty implied or given for free work, period, because it's going to bite you in the butt. Period, 150%, it's going to bite you in the butt. Don't do free work, get paid for your services. If they ask for free work, it goes back to asking for discounts and negotiating. Don't negotiate. The scope of work is this, and if you choose to add something else for the same amount of price, include that in the scope of work. Now you're getting paid for that entire scope of work. There's no free work, no freebies. Just don't do it. It's not gonna work out for you. Next is you're selling yourself, not your tools, not your vehicle, not anything else. I basically sold almost $70,000 worth of work in the past 8 days. All 3 customers did not see my tool trailer. They did not see my dump trailer. They didn't see any equipment or anything like that. They saw me. I actually looked, decently looked apart. I was a little bit cleaned. I shower once in a while, right? So they see me, they see my proof of work online, website and Facebook and everything like that. They know that I do work. They see everything matches. It's all brand, they can recognize my brand, and that's it. They did not see my tools. They did not come to a job site to look at what we're doing. So most customers, they buy an image, they buy myself, and obviously the reputation that I have either online or website or whatever, and then that's it. I have a collected deposit. We're going to do the work, absolutely, but your tools, most customers do not care about your tools. They honestly, to a certain point, they don't care about the work. They just want it done. And as long as it meets their expectations, which you've already dictated in your scope of work, obviously, right? And that's basically it. And the last one for this little topic here towards the contractors is you will never become rich or have generational wealth working hourly. And that includes, doing time and material. You need to do piece rate, learn piece rate. Yeah, it might be scary for you because you might underbid some stuff, but I'm telling you, it's the way to go. It's the only way to get that rich or generational wealth or when I was working hourly for the cable company, I was like, a $400 or $500 a day was fantastic. Doing hourly, kind of going by, but it was piece rate, but you're going by the hour, and I knew piece rate was it. Now, there's jobs where I don't even touch them. A change order, there's things that I just mark up material-wise that I'm making 4 figures, even 5 figures, not doing any of the work. Only thing I got to do is sign contracts, collect checks, and answer my phone if the customer has a question. That is it. So get away from charging hourly if you can. I know there's a couple states out there that if you're a handyman, that you have to charge hourly if you want to make a decent wage, whatnot. But get into piece rate work because it's the way to be. And all right, let's get towards the customer side of things. And so me being the customer, hiring a contractor, this is what I'm going to tell, customers and contractors. All right, so looks matter. I actually have a small claims lawsuit right now I'm going through. If a contractor has a logo, has a vehicle that's not beat up, has their crap together, it means maybe a website, Facebook page, business cards, everything matches. He's got insurance, everything like that. Most people don't even care as far as a customer. I don't care if you're licensed. I care if you can get the job done. You look the part. You're not going to steal my money. Period. So your vehicle matters. Your image to the customer matters. I don't care what you have to say. Yeah, obviously there's going to be exceptions to the rules. Some people don't give a crap. But if you want that higher end client, there's going to be a point where I don't want my subcontractors coming on site if they have a beat up vehicle, because it's not just the customer that we already have a contract for. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about creating more work, their neighbors seeing our image, wanting to come over and talk to us about doing more work, because work creates work. And if your image sucks, then it's going to suffer. There's no way around it. It's going to suffer. So next one. Proof of work matters. So you've got to, if you say you can do work, you say you're a tile guy, you say you're a brick guy, and I go and I want to look up, okay, do you have a website? No, I don't have a website. No, I don't have this. No, I don't have this. I'm not going to hire you. Literally, it's crazy. Hey, I can do this and this and this. Okay, show me your Facebook page, show me your website. Oh, I don't have any of that. No, Like, what are we doing here? Like, I'm not taking anybody's word for it. You've got to show me that you can do stuff. Now, there's different ways. Like, okay, you can take, okay, if you don't have any of that, here's a job. Go ahead and do it. I can have them do the job and front the entire job. And then if I like the work, I'll pay them. That's one way of doing it. Some people like doing it that way. And if a subcontractor wants to do that, I've got no problem. Let them do that. But the last one I did that, I fired them because they couldn't do what they said they could do. So just keep that in mind. Estimate presentation matters. So if you are handwriting, scribbling down some stuff and handing it to a customer on site, that's, I mean, we have, it's digital age, guys. Come on. Like, use email, use some sort of invoicing app, something like that. Joyce, Market. If you're in a, Jobber, all that kind of stuff, these are fantastic. They're super cheap. QuickBooks has them. QuickBooks Online, I think it's like $6 a month. It's way more professional. You're going to get more work. You can see when your clients actually look at your estimates, so you can follow up with them if you need to. The days of handwriting estimates and stuff like that are, you're severely handicapping your guys' self. So, and I mean, I don't even, no, absolutely not. Just give me, something digital I can go back into. I can read it on my phone. I can read it on my computer. I don't have to worry about losing it, all that kind of stuff. So, if you only accept cash, or you're only a cash and check kind of business, you are not as experienced or as, I guess, professional as any of the other bigger businesses. I've gotten thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of work because I accept credit cards. And if you think Square is the way to do it, you're wrong. But that's another video. Don't use Square for higher end. They are for the mom and pop, onesie twosie, small amount of money kind of thing. That they work great for that. But if you're actually turning thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, do not use Square. That's just my opinion. Let the butt hurt, commence, but that is what it is. So I've had people say, hey, cash only, blah, blah, blah. Cash only tells the customer you're paycheck to paycheck straight up. Like, as soon as they give you cash, it's gone. So don't do it. As a customer, if they tell me it's a cash or check, and especially not making a check out to a personal name or anything like that, hire a couple subcontractors, and I'm firing one, and then one's kind of on probation, if you will. We're gonna see. But if a customer or if a contractor is paycheck to paycheck, it's a red flag, and also you got to worry about where that money is going, because probably not all of it's going towards your project, going towards the labor, doing your project, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'd say invoice them. If you're accepting cash, no problem. I take cash too, but I'll give you an invoice right away. Here's where, we're keeping track of all payments. Every time money changes hands, there's a signature, period. So if a contractor doesn't stage or leave tools overnight, so if you hire a contractor for like a 3 or 4 week project, even a week project, and they come to work, but they take everything with them, then it's a red flag for me, and it should be for you as well, because either they're moonlighting, going and doing something else, or they have no incentive to come back to the project besides whatever else money they might want to earn. But if you already give them a deposit, so if a customer or if a contractor just tears apart your house and leaves nothing there, absolutely nothing, it's not efficient. So I can't explain. If they take all their extension cords, they're not gonna. If they're doing all this, they're not gonna have nice cordless tools and stuff. They're taking all their extension cords with them. Blah blah blah. It's a red flag for me, because they're not working efficiently. They don't know how to work efficiently. So it might mean that they need money somewhere else, and they're robbing Peter to pay Paul. Collecting deposits just to make ends meet, all that kind of stuff. Red flag for me. I don't know how about you guys. What do you guys say about that? But it is what it is. We leave stuff on site all the time because it's not efficient. It takes time to set up your job site. It takes time to tear down your job site. Not worth it. Absolutely not worth it. Bad communication. So bad communication is my last one here, you guys. If communication is not straight on point right from the get-go, it's only going to decrease as the time goes by, because things happen, everybody gets busy, blah blah blah. So if there's not good communication when you're hiring a contractor right off the bat, it's never going to get better. It's not going to get better. It might stay the same, and it's what you hope for, and it's probably going to get worse depending on how far the job goes down, blah blah blah. So if they have good communication, you reach out to them, they reach out back to you. You call them, they call you back. You text them, they text you back. Email, vice versa. I don't really, if somebody texts me, I'm not going to call them, because obviously they like to text, so I'll text back. I'll reciprocate with the exact same form of communication back. It's just the way to do business, and it's a good red flag if they don't have good communication right off the bat. So that's all I got for you guys. Appreciate it. If you guys want more information, check out the Patreon page. I'll link the everything in the description of this video. I appreciate it. You guys see you on the next video.